Hello, YouTube. I would like to introduce a little bit one of my favorite equalizer settings for a HP Omen laptop. I just purchased this laptop a few weeks ago, and from out of the box, the equalizer were flat in just one single flat line. Everything is in zero. All the bandwidth is in zero. No any adjustment. The music reproduction is flat and not interesting and not fun, to be honest. And therefore, I try to reproduce a curve that suitable to my taste. I'm not sure if that will be suitable for you, but I really enjoy and really like you to try that and see and give me the feedbacks how you find the music reproduction using this curve. Uh, my music style is first thing first is mostly into vocal or even into just a general pop music. It's not something that extremely bassy, not something extremely rap or electronic music, or sometimes maybe for my flavor, my taste, sometimes maybe even some more classical or etc. etc. So I try to reproduce this curve, something like this. I did try something like researching or try different band, the bandwidth of the music of the sound, something like 32, 64. But actually the speaker, if you realize how the speakers work in those laptop component, they're basically a very tiny speaker, sometimes maybe in a oval shape, sometimes maybe just in a circular round shape speaker. But because the membrane and the travel is just so, the membrane is the diameter is very small, and the travel is not really that good comparable with something like maybe a subwoofer or even a proper speaker that have a longer travel. So which means they could hardly to reproduce the low frequency of the music, something like 3264. Um, but they could more easily to produce something like the high frequency, like 2K, 4K, 8K, and 16K. And therefore, what my approach is, I try not to, to enhance any bandwidth that cannot be reproduced properly. Something like the 32, 64 in this HP laptop. I believe the same speaker setup they use the amount no matter the HP Omen series or even Pavilion or Victus series, because I believe that kind of a speaker on the laptop is quite standardized in most model of the speaker. Yeah, maybe different laptop they have different setup, different layout, but the overall some component of the speaker is usually they're using the very similar spec of the speaker, unless they're from some other maybe other manufacturer like maybe Asus or Razer or MSI Gigabyte. Maybe they different brand. Maybe they will use different spec of speaker. But like HP, I believe they were using more like the same speaker, or just maybe it's something like a several variants of the speaker itself and applied it to all the laptop themselves. And therefore, maybe your HP laptop are using the same speaker like what I'm using right now. And therefore, I believe this setting will work across most of the HP laptops. But yeah, don't take my words. I would say you can try it and see if it's something works for you or not. But I find that like the 32, 64, these two band, they are not really work in the speaker that installed it or come with the HP Omen laptop, because the like what I said, the speaker is so tiny, so they don't have enough the diameter, and the travel is not long enough to reproduce some low frequency like 32 and 64. Even though you could try to boost it in the equalizer here, but even you try to boost it, uh, like the 32, you can't really hear anything from the speaker on the laptop. For the 64, you could barely hear some different, but actually it also, just um blur the part of the low frequency or part of the like the low mid tone of the music, and making the music look a little bit strange because some low end frequency it cannot be reproduced properly but enhanced at the same time. So the overall the general sensation is not quite nice for the 64, and therefore I would try what I my approach is I try to reproduce some of the bandwidth that really good for this speaker on HP, something like 250 and 500. They are more into, and 1K they are more into like the general vocal and the general sound, the music of the bandwidth. But because this speaker is just so tiny, they are so easy to reproduce some high frequency bandwidth, something like 2K, even until the 16K. They're so easy to reproduce. So if we try to push this bandwidth even more up, then that means you will have a very harsh music reproduction, which when you're listening for a longer time, you will feel very tired because there's so many high frequency traveling or coming into your ears. Um, and therefore, I try to lower down a little bit the high frequency, but more like pushing out the vocal mid tone or the general music, the mid sections of the music, but not emphasize the strange behavior of the bass. And therefore, I have this curve coming out. I really enjoy and appreciate if you could try this out and leave me the comment below to see how this work in your speaker when compared to your original flat equalizer or your own equalizer, to see how it works. Uh, I'm not sure for maybe for the other HP laptop, but for the my laptop, I could adjust the equalizer inside my HP apps. So you could launch my HP Labs from your start icon, start button, and then you could find my HP apps. And in your device, you could probably find the sound control sections, so which you could adjust the equalizer of your speaker. And I hope this will work well in your environment, and leave me the comment below to see how it works. If you really like it, just give it a thumbs up and share this video to your friends. Thank you so much.